Paul Lindman, Scott Lynn with you on the Morning Update. No matter what, they'll call this book racist. That's not a comment. That's the title of a book from a self-described reformed white liberal, Harry Stein. He's a journalist and author. His book, No Matter What, they'll call this book racist, and its subtitle is How Our Fear of Talking Honestly About Race Hurts Us All. Harry, as the teacher you ask us, who's they, and why will they call your book racist?
Well, I guess just about everyone on the liberal left. If you ever question the prevailing racial narrative, which is white racism is responsible for all black problems, you're a racist. You can't really have an honest conversation about what's going on in this country. We saw a lot in the Trayvon Martin case where they leapt on this story when they thought Zimmerman was a white racist, and then were so disappointed to learn that in fact he was a white Hispanic, as the New York Times called him, and had black friends and tutored black kids. It kind of upset their entire narrative. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you make a good point, because the media is responsible for a lot of this. And when that came up, like a lot of Americans, I didn't understand that term, white Hispanic.
No, it was an invented term. It never existed before. The New York Times kind of desperately tried to cast him as a white guy so they could hold on to their narrative. It's a terrible thing. They seem so intent on dividing people rather than embracing this notion that America really has come further and faster on race than any country in the world, and celebrating that. They really want to keep dividing us according to race.
Zimmerman, again, half white. So is Barack Obama. Does anybody refer to Obama as a white African?
Exactly. As one guy I was talking to lately said, he was talking to a liberal and said, how could you not support Herman Cain? He was 100% black, and Obama's only half black. Does that make you a racist?
Well, your book is an argument, a call for an honest conversation about race. How would you see that happening? At what levels, and what's the point of the conversation?
Well, the point of the conversation is really to heal this tremendous racial divide that exists in this country and always has. And I think what it has to involve is an honest conversation of what's gone wrong, particularly in the black inner cities. I mean, we have to talk about values and culture in much the way Bill Cosby did, and was basically massacred for doing so. Will it occur? I think it will occur not as a result of anything the mainstream press does, God knows. I think it really has to be black conservatives leading this fight. I always say if Colin Powell had been elected president instead of Barack Obama, this would be a very different country now racially. It wouldn't be as divided. The narrative would be different on race because Powell would have, and I'm not a great fan of Powell, but he would have encouraged a different kind of dialogue, as opposed to Eric Holder, who sees everything through a racial prism and sees every skin color as paramount.
Is part of the conversation, and I've heard this criticism before, but not spoken too loudly in the media, that there are a number of Americans who are just uneasy with the black president, period, and that will not change for them.
I'm sure that's true. There are a handful of people who feel that way, as there are many people who vote for Barack Obama exclusively on the basis of the fact that he is black. That isn't the problem, however. We are not fundamentally a racist nation. We have legal equality in this country. To the extent there is still racism, it should be fought. But that has nothing to do with the problems that of dysfunction in the black community. And they're doing no one a service, and they're doing blacks in particular a great disservice by focusing on the wrong things.
The thoughts of novelist and journalist Harry Stein, his book, No Matter What, they'll call this book racist, already spurring a lot of talk, and we'll see where it goes from here. Harry, thanks for talking to us in Portland this morning.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.